Warning. The following podcast contains graphic language and sexually explicit. Oh, who the hell cares?
Yo, what is poppin', guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the In-Depth Podcast. My name is Riley Marilia. I am right next to the co-host wearing a Jaguars jersey, number 20, 20, motherfucker.
It's me. It's Caleb. It's Caleb.
You know how it is, man. Like, you know what we're doing. You
already know that this is a podcast that you're listening to in the present moment of time. You know, maybe you're washing some dishes. Maybe you're fucking, like...
cooking
fucking chicken.
Stir fry.
Yeah, fucking stir fry. Like, fucking broccoli and fucking soy sauce and shit. Like...
Just, like, vibing. Just making shit.
Just making shit.
In your fucking kitchen.
You're fucking chilling out, listening to this podcast... And you're probably thinking at this exact moment in time, when are you guys going to shut the fuck up and actually get on to a topic?
Yeah. You know, like, that's the funny thing about podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. Is that I see some of these podcasts out here, and it's like these motherfuckers just gather around and they just jerk each other's dicks. And, like, I don't know, there's plenty of podcasts out there where people don't just get to the point. They don't say the topics that they want to talk. They don't engage in conversation. I've listened to multiple podcasts that do that.
Yeah, I have too. And, you know, I think it's really important just in the podcast as a whole to kind of like you know, let the audience know, like, hey, we're talking about this.
Right.
Like, maybe hint that in the episode title, maybe add, like, some timestamps. Or, you know, maybe for the hell of it, why don't you just stick to a topic and
make it
organized.
Don't run off of a topic every minute.
Yeah.
And that would be the first step.
Really cool.
Of
and
having
also,
a podcast.
You're really dumb. I'm kidding.
Who's dumb?
You.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with podcasts, is that when stuff like that happens, it's just like, okay, like, are you guys here to sit down and, like, actually talk about shit that's worth talking about, or are you guys just gonna call each other gay for 50 minutes?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, where is the line, but like that separates a good podcast from a bottom tier podcast. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to gather our thoughts right now about everything that's gone down in the course of the past couple days.
In case you guys didn't know, for those of you who don't exactly keep up with us on social media, we went to see Tyler, the Creator, live in concert just a couple of days
Fucking
ago.
amazing.
It's
actually not amazing. It's beyond. I don't even know I don't know a good word to describe it.
This is my response.
Yo, I'm being... Dude.
What?
I am so rude.
Why?
I am so rude. My phone just made a huge, loud notification on podcast. I didn't even silence my phone before this. That's how rude I am. I just didn't even bother.
No, like...
I gotta silence that.
You know, I actually have to stop the podcast right now because I have to call the bra company to register an official bra moment.
Bruh. Let me silence my phone here because I don't want, like, any interruptions during this. We want to talk to you guys about our experience at this concert.
Yeah. I'll let Riley, you should go first. Tell it from your perspective.
So this was my first concert that I've ever attended. Tyler, the Creator, being my absolute favorite artist. He's a great fucking musician. He's talented. I've been listening to him for a long fucking time. And so when we heard about the Igor tour, we definitely wanted to fucking attend that, go to it, experience the just the amazing experience that comes out of it. And we were not let down at all. It was actually beyond expectations going into it. I was on because our buddy Andrew also went with us, plays the cop on Shallow. He was in episode 1 of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
We went to me and Andrew were on the floor in that huge, like, this is fucking crazy crowd of people, like, pretty much feet away from the stage of Tyler, and then Caleb had also a very good seat that was right near the stage. Actually, me and Andrew were close to Caleb. We talked a few times during the intermissions, but we all had great fucking view. Like, we were very, very fucking close to this man, and
close.
Yeah, like, very close, and it was a. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, but it was just the way that the songs blurred together and the way that he performed was very beautiful. It was very good. Jaden Smith opened for him, and Gold Link. I don't really know a lot about Gold Link or his music that well, but he wasn't the best, but I mean he did his thing, I guess. Jaden came on after Gold Link. Jaden Smith did a very good job. He had a good presence on stage. He got the crowd going.
He got the crowd fucking.
Had a few
mosh. Wild
had
a
few mosh pits, I guess, formed during Jaden's performance.
About 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then of course Tyler came on and hit it out of the park. He fucking murdered that concert. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it, Caleb?
Well, there's one thing you forgot to mention about your story, and it's that when you showed up, you were pulling up like in the parking lot or whatever over by the buses, and you saw Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Fucking skateboarding.
Yeah. That's a funny story. Me and Andrew were walking. It was dead when we first showed up. We were trying to find the proper gate entrance into this fucking place, and we were walking around and we passed like a couple RVs just parked. And we were like, yo, what the, I wonder if that's where like Tyler and Jaden and all of them are like staying. And sure enough, it was, because me and Andrew just casually saw Jaden Smith skateboarding just outside of the RVs, just fucking skateboarding around. And like, it wasn't like there was anyone else like watching him. Like, there was no crowd gathered around him saying like, Jaden, like, no one fucking, it was just me and Andrew. There was like no one else at all around. Just me and Andrew, like literally 15 feet away from Jaden, just watching him skateboard. And we were kicking ourselves in the fucking ass because we should have asked for a picture with him, because he probably would have been down for it. I mean,
he's just out there fucking like just skateboarding like a normal celebrities are normal people.
That's what was hard to like.
That was
surreal.
Like it was the first like physical realization of like celebrities are real people.
Yeah, they're just chilling, skateboarding.
Yeah.
I was like too caught up in the moment thinking like, holy fuck, that's Jaden Smith. Like, I didn't even think about saying, can I get a picture? Like, me and Andrew were just staring at him like in awe, just like, wow, that's Will Smith's son, fucking a celebrity.
I said that during the concert when he came up on stage. I was like, Will Smith's son. It's extremely disrespectful, but the people in front of me laughed, so I didn't feel too bad about it.
I'm sure he loves being known as Will Smith's son. I'm sure that's
something he wants to hear come out of a fan's mouth when he opens a show.
I feel bad for him in a way, because he wants to be known for his own thing. Jaden Smith wants to be known for like his own music and stuff. And growing up, everyone's saying to you, yo, you're Will Smith's son. Like, you're only relevant because of your dad. And it's like, I would kind of like, I get where he's coming from, where he wants to like split away from that and like make his own shit and be known for what he does.
Be known for him and not for Will Smith's son.
Yeah. But he's doing a pretty good job of that.
He's doing a pretty good job of that. He definitely represented that very well at the concert. Like, he came out on stage, and I mean, like, I was the closest I've ever been to any concert. But like, he ripped shit up.
He really did.
Completely changed the atmosphere of the concert.
Yep.
And he set us up really well for Tyler, because when Tyler came out on stage, he well, here's the thing, right? I had a close seat, like a really close seat, like fucking probably 10, 15 feet away from the stage, and I was almost like level with it, like foot-wise. Mm-hmm. But there were these side speakers that they had put at the corner of the stage, so I couldn't fucking see. I couldn't see the artists when they were performing. Hardly. Like, I would only see them when they would either come behind the speakers, which Tyler did, and when they would come in front of the speakers, which Tyler also did and Jaden did as well.
Yeah.
Goldlink tried. Like, he tried to look at that side, but he really, really couldn't. But,
Yeah.
no, my sister and, like, a couple of other... I went to the concert with, I didn't go with Riley. Riley was in general admission. I was over on the left side of the stage. And there was barely anyone over there.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to get up on the front railing, I could have, but I didn't. I don't know why. But
Yeah.
it was worth it in the end that I didn't move. But like, all these artists like came up on stage, and I've never been to like a hip hop rap concert before. Never been to a concert that is like our generation's music, right?
Right, yeah.
Because everyone that went there, I guarantee you there was no one there above the age of 30, except for maybe a couple of parents.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone over the age of 25, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a few, like, 30, 40-year-old
Yeah.
men who just enjoy Tyler for his music and stuff. Like,
yeah, like a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that concert was fucking crazy. Because I would say, and this isn't just like tooting my own horn or like to inflate my ego or Riley's ego or anything like that, but out of everyone in the audience, the 6 of us that were there were interacted with the most out of the whole audience. Tyler, during the song Boredom, he ended up coming out on this little, like, in front of the tiny speakers at the side of the stage. There were these separate speaker boxes they had, like, down below. Like, they were, like, probably, like, 5-6 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Right? And Tyler comes out on the one that's closest to me, and it's, like, directly in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, 10 feet away. Right? And Tyler comes out on Boredom and stares at me, like, directly in the face. And I was staring at him, and we were just singing the song together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fucking...
Yeah, that's funny, because you said before the concert that... You said something about boredom, too. You said that you wanted to, like... Didn't you say something about how you wanted to perform Boredom or something? Like, don't you like Boredom?
I like Boredom, but I said before the concert, I know for a fact he's going to perform Boredom, See You Again, 911/Mr. Lonely.
Yeah.
But I emphasized on Boredom specifically because that's the song. He plays Boredom ever since Flower Boy came out. I think he's played Boredom at every concert.
That's funny, because you mentioned Boredom, like, right off the bat, and... Like, going into it, you mentioned Boredom. And that's where you had, like, that experience with Tyler with Boredom.
And on Yonkers, too.
Yep. Because I know when I wanted to go into the concert, I was thinking, like, yo, Yonkers, like, that's one of Tyler's old songs that I wanted to see that performed live. And that's just, that was, actually, Yonkers was the song that got me into Tyler, the Creator, probably, like, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, something like that. It's been a fucking while. And Yonkers is, like, the song that I started listening to, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, I like his old music, I like his new music, I like all that shit. And so, going into the concert, I was like, I hope he fucking plays Yonkers. And so during the concert, he's, like, starts playing his oldies, and I was just having the time of my life, and then he's like, the song stops, and he's like, oh, you like that? How about this one? And then Yonkers starts playing, and I fucking lost it. And then during that song was when he walked down close to us again, like right down near the speakers, and there was one specific part of Yonkers where he was literally like looking at where me and Andrew were standing, like just fucking rapping away, and I was like, I felt like a fucking, like, I don't know, man, it was weird. I felt like it was like that, just the fucking way that the universe was working in that exact moment, like timed that perfectly, and like obviously he didn't fucking, it's not like he planned in his head, like, I'm gonna go stand and, like, fucking stare at Riley right now and play, like,
I'm gonna...
Yeah, but it honestly seemed like that.
I'm gonna stare
it seemed like it, dude.
Yeah,
like, in a weird way. Like,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
It's fucking, like, the most surreal experience of my life. And I've been to, not countless concerts, but I've definitely been to a few in my life, and that one was fucking insane. It's surreal, you know, when you're at a concert and you're either close enough, or even if you're far back in the crowd, you know when the artist looks at you.
Yeah.
You just fucking know. Like, it just sets itself up so perfectly.
Feels a way.
It feels a certain way.
That's why, It was like during Yonkers when I was already happy that like he was playing fucking Yonkers, but then when that moment happened where he was looking at me, it was like I actually thought to myself during that, I was like, is this fucking happening right now? Like even during Yonkers, like this is fucking perfect. Like, this is the perfect like timing of events right now. I was thinking that, and it was like I don't know, it was set up perfectly. Like it couldn't have gone better. It was.
Didn't you watch a video like of that song being played at one of his shows
Before the concert?
And it was like filmed at the same, like almost the same exact spot that you were standing.
Yep, like foreshadowing that I would be standing in that same exact
crazy.
spot. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I remember. Yeah, I watched the video of Yonkers before even going to the concert. I was like, dude, I texted you. I texted my girlfriend. I was like, I hope he fucking plays this.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, and that's when shit started going down, and it's fucking crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you who aren't familiar with Tyler the Creator, go fucking check him out.
Please.
Go listen to his music on Spotify or whatever fuck you listen to music on. I don't even care just where you start, what song you listen to, just fucking listen. Just listen to it. His new stuff, his old stuff, it's all just great in its own way. He's a very talented person. He writes, produces all of his... He writes, produces, arranges every fucking album. I mean, I'm sure, like, the older shit... No, he even designed his older beats and stuff, too. He's always been producing his own shit. He's never had a ghostwriter. He's never had any of that shit. I mean, he's had people who, like, master his albums and shit, but, like, that's completely different. He's the one that's coming up with the instrumentals, the fucking concepts and everything, and that's how you know that's a good artist. That's a creative artist. Yep. He makes all kinds of shit. He makes fucking
TV
fashion
shows.
lines and TV shows, and he's just a funny guy. Check him out. I think that's part of the reason why he actually got famous to begin with, was because of his personality and his whole crew that he was hanging with, and just friends being friends, making shit.
Yeah.
That's how. It's inspiring. That's what I mean. We just want to be. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be friends, just making shit. Getting out there, and that's what he did. Word to mouth. That's how he blew up.
Yep.
So, I've seen an interview with him. He was on Larry King a couple years ago, and they were talking, and he was like, he said during the interview, he said, his number one thing that he hates with people, and I agree with this full-heartedly, is people who are like frauds in a way to where they act like they're something that they're not, or they just like they do something because they think that's what everyone else wants them to do, and they're not themselves. Like I remember Tyler said, like, some people who wear these certain clothes, or they do this certain things, where he'll look at them and be like, you don't like that, like that's not you. And he's like, that's the number one thing that he doesn't like. Is like, he wants people to just be themselves, and like that's how you make it, is to be your fucking self. And he even said in that interview, like, he was talking about college and stuff, he was like, I know so many people who are just going to college because their parents want them to, and they'll go in there and get a piece of paper. Like, he actually said all this. And he was like, people just go to college, or they'll do shit that they don't really want to do
just because other people want them to do it.
Yeah.
He's very big on individuality.
Right.
That's huge. That's huge, because you have to be your own individual person. You can't give a shit about what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yep. Yeah.
Like,
that's, yeah.
Individuality is very important, not only for success, but just in general as a human being.
Yep. He's like, I remember there was a funny thing he said during that interview. He was like, I'm always thinking of shit, like, something I can just make. And he was talking to Larry King, and he was like, I'm thinking about stuff right now, like, while talking to you. And Larry King was like, oh, yeah, he was like, what are you thinking about right now? And, like, Tyler didn't even have to think for a second, or, at all. He was just like, it was like, Larry King's like, what do you think about right now? And Tyler's like, I'm thinking about what color to make my bed sheets on this new bed that I'm designing.
Immediately just like,
like
fucking snap of his fingers. Yeah, I'm making fucking bed sheets.
It's like, I'm thinking about what color to make my bed sheets.
It's
so funny.
One funny thing he said during the concert is he was just talking to the crowd, and like he said he was gonna like tell the crowd something or something like that, right? I think he said something like that.
Yeah.
And the crowd just starts cheering. Like, everyone just starts screaming. He's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I didn't fucking say nothing.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I just fucking...
I remember he was asking about, like, yeah, like, what do people want to hear? Like, he was like, oh, you guys like Igor, right? And everyone's like, yeah! Like, the whole fucking place was, like, screaming. He was like, what other shit you guys like? Let's see, like... He's like, I know Igor's a good album. I know. And then he was like, what about other stuff though? Like, what else do you guys want to hear? And then people were like shouting out stuff like right away. And he's like, all right, hold the fuck up. Like, he's like, motherfuckers just like assuming shit. Cause like people were like shouting out like, I know people wanted to hear like Cherry Bomb. They wanted to hear his album Cherry Bomb. He didn't play anything from Cherry Bomb.
Didn't play anything from Cherry Bomb.
But he had a fucking piano and shit. He was just like, just fucking playing the piano, just chilling. That's, yeah, it was awesome. We went to the concert. We've been cracking down on fucking Shallow finale lately.
Cracking down. Like, I've been smoking crack all day.
Yep.
No, I've literally been cracking down.
Wake up late 9 a.m. Fucking start.
No, wake up fucking...
smoking crack.
6 a.m. 6:13.
Oh, you're getting a head start on the crack.
That's crack time.
Crack time is 6 a.m.?
6:13 a.m. Yeah.
6:13 a.m. is crack time.
Yes. We've been over this like 4 or 5 times.
I just keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
I guess you're not as big of a
crack
fucking
guy.
crackhead.
Yeah.
Fucking.
We're just smoking crack.
Yeah,
you know, the usual.
We're just fucking crackheads. You know, that's how we get all this done. No, but we've really been cracking down on all this shallow shit. Expect a bunch of fucking content.
Special announcement.
A bunch.
Very soon.
Like, probably the most content we've released in one period of time ever.
Yep. We're trying to hype up this finale as much as possible. And for those of you who listen to this, when we start hyping up this finale, we would really appreciate you guys to push this shit as much as you can. Spread it with everyone in the fucking Storyfire community.
Yep. Because just like Tyler the Creator, we want to express our individuality as well and kind of, you know, show some of y'all Storyfire folk what we've been up to.
Yep.
You know, we've kind of been out of it for a little bit, but, you know, we're back on fucking track and we're going to show you what we've been working on.
Yep. Even the whole time we've been out of it, that's what we've been thinking about is Shallow.
Yeah.
Like, it's a process. Especially with this last episode.
Mm-hmm.
We've been trying to perfect this episode for a long time.
I'd say 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
No. Shit. No. This episode, this version of the episode has been in development since, like, January or February.
Yeah,
I remember I mentioned the idea. We, talked about it at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, in February or March.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where, like, half these ideas come from anyways. They just come from fucking McDonald's.
Just
like, I'm shoving a
cheeseburger
McDouble down my throat, like, fucking... I'm only 24 away from actually having a heart attack, so that's pretty cool. I actually know the exact number. No, but, like, I'm chowing down on a McDouble, and then I just think to myself, like... What if Riles, like, does a thing? An explicit thing.
Yep.
Very explicit thing.
And I'll be like, oh, and then he'll do this?
Yeah, and then I'll be like, holy
followed by
shit.
this.
Followed by that.
Yeah.
And then they all come in and they're like,
this.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And then that's actually that's all that has happened over the past 5 months. That's actually all we've talked about.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything else.
No.
Just that.
We wake up, smoke crack, talk about Shallow. That's every day.
Yeah, and you know,
fuck work.
If anyone has a problem with that, then
go fuck yourself.
I actually suggest smoking crack.
Smoke all of it.
Smoke all of it. Smoke all the crack. Snort all the cocaine you want.
And now, don't take anything we say seriously, but
please.
I am telling you to go smoke crack till you die.
You know,
but don't do it. But
no,
don't do it. Of course,
don't.
But
do
like,
it.
I'm telling you to do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
Like,
it
OD
actually aligns up with my highest self, and I'm going to take up your advice as if it were my own.
Yeah, OD on it.
And I'm going to overdose on crack cocaine.
But don't do it.
But don't do it. Yeah,
that would be really stupid.
Like, really don't fucking do it.
Like,
but
that is not... Like, this is all, like, a gimmick. Like, we're not being serious at all.
No.
But, yeah, OD on crack.
Yeah. So,
Doesn't that make
anyways,
sense?
my daily 6:13 time. No. One thing I actually want to talk about on the podcast. This is kind of like an impromptu, type deal or whatever. But like, I kind of want to talk about like distractions.
Okay.
And how, like, what are some important things to remember in terms of what it is that you need to put your energy into. Like, kind of like identifying those distractions for what they are and moving forward with them. I kind of just wanted to talk about that because obviously, this is our audience from Shallow, and we have made content for 4 months.
Yeah, it's really all about focusing. You got to ask yourself, what is it that I want to be doing right now? You got to ask yourself that, and disregard anyone else's suggestions. Like, you're thinking about you and yourself. What is it that I want to do? And then you got to immediately focus on, how am I going to do it? When am I going to start? Fuck that. Start it like right now.
Don't think about when you're gonna start.
Just start doing it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's shit. It literally does not matter if it's shit, because you're gonna get better.
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
I don't you can't be too much of a perfectionist with stuff. And I mean, yeah, we're perfecting the Shallow finale. That's different. But like, we've been working on it ever since we came up with the idea. It's like, when you come up with an idea, fucking work on it. Work.
You can have a million other ideas in your head. You can have a million other ideas for other things, but if
it's
not in front of... Yeah, and I do too. But if it's not in front of you at the present moment, is that something you need to be focusing on?
Right.
See, the thing is like, getting, just, like, side projects are one thing. Side projects are fun, but, when it comes to side projects, you've got to respect them as a side project and treat them as a side project.
Yep.
You can put your energy into it, but you also have to have a main focus because it's a side project. Something that's on the side. And
it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I've seen some people do this, where it's like they'll be like focusing on something that they're really passionate about, and then they'll easily get distracted about something else and like have their whole mindset just taken off of that one thing that they were originally passionate about. And it's like they lose...
You lose sight of what really got you to that side project in the first place.
Right.
And, just in terms of, if you're trying to fucking, for example, if you're doing, something like we're doing, and we're making a show on Storyfire, it's TV-esque. It's a TV-esque show. A little longer than TV episodes. But it's definitely, like, if it could be on TV,
we could make it.
You can make it for TV.
Yeah.
That's what the goal is. That's what it's kind of...
We would love to be on Adult Swim eventually.
Adult Swim, Comedy Central, fucking something, like something really like big like that.
Hell, pretty soon in the future, after season 1 is done and everything, we start making season 2. Like, we do plan on talking to
a lot of people.
Yeah.
About just where this is. Trying to see what kind of opportunities present themselves our way, but also making opportunities for ourselves to kind of, progress this shit forward. Like, I'm going into it with the mindset of, when we show up at VidCon 2020, people are looking for us specifically because of our content. Because just from that Tyler the Creator concert, I'm going to reference that a lot this podcast. But I just kind of realized, like, I saw Tyler up on stage, and I saw Jaden up on stage, and even Goldlink, and I just thought to myself, the entire time, all these people are showing up here to see what these people do.
Yep.
And, an online audience is no different than that. An online audience, we have 3.5 thousand views total on Shallow. That's like your local amphitheater packed to the fucking brim of people watching what we do.
Yeah.
If you when it comes to working with smaller numbers, because you're always going to start small, you can't start like, big at 100K. That's not how it works. Yeah. You kind of, once you really start putting the numbers in perspective, especially after imagine you're at a big event, but that big event is tailored towards you and what you've done. Shallow.
That's what we want.
That's, obviously we want to grow this thing to be as big as it can possibly be. But if you're like I said, if you're trying to do anything, just anything in general, you know, whether it be music, fucking filming shit. I don't know if you like porn. If you want.
If you're into porn, do it.
Just do it.
Do porn. If you like porn, do porn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being serious.
Yeah,
that's not a joke. If you want to do porn, do porn.
If you want to be a fucking National Geographic photographer, then be a National Geographic photographer.
Stop fucking thinking about like, oh, I don't know if I can. Like,
or like, I'm not worthy enough for people to see what I'm doing.
Fuck that.
Turn that around and say, no, I want people to see what I'm doing. Don't like, you know, the thing is, right, you're not supposed to give a shit about what other people think. But at the same time, you know, when it comes to getting big, and especially with this generation, attention is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you know, it's
it's like it's I know what you're trying to say. It's like it's like a thing. Okay, look at it like this. If you're listening to this podcast right now and you're thinking about like, yo, I want to do this one thing. I want to do this. I want to do it for me. I want to make this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking pause this podcast right now and start fucking making it.
Like, grab a sheet of paper, and if you've had an idea in your fucking head for God knows how long, doesn't matter if it doesn't come out the best, fucking write it down. Start writing down the shit that you think of.
Yeah. Just fucking, like, just make it. Start making this shit.
Just start making content. And you'll get somewhere with it. The more you keep doing it, especially in this day and age when you have platforms like fucking TikTok, where Riley and I have seen some form of success individually from the app. You know, we live in a world where, you know, everyone's trying to become the next viral hit, but you're not going to become the next viral hit if you just upload one video.
Right.
Or if you just do one thing. Or if you upload, like, just keep uploading.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is key. And, you know, learn from your mistakes. You know, if you're making mistakes, have someone either point them out for you or point them out yourself. If you can. Sometimes you need an outside perspective to tell you, hey, this is kind of wrong. Like, you could be doing this.
Yeah.
Obviously, make your own decision based off of that. Don't let people tell you what to do.
That's the thing. If you like doing something and someone says, hey, you should do this instead, you tell them to go fuck themselves. Like, if you want to do something, you do it.
Mm-hmm. You do it.
You gotta listen to yourself.
You gotta, the most important, you know, usually if your body and your mind is telling you to do it, you should probably do it. If your body and mind are telling you not to do it, you probably shouldn't do it. But at the same time, if you choose to do it, you're doing it. Nobody else is doing it. You could be doing the same thing as somebody else, but you're doing your own, it's still your own thing because you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, that's why I respect Tyler so much, because individuality is so fucking key for him. You know, obviously he represents it in himself and in his music, but he wants people to go out there and be them fucking selves and just do whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter how you get there until you... even when you get there, it doesn't really matter how you... I mean, yeah, it does matter how you got there, but you know what I mean. There's no, like, you know, fucking how to get famous guide for dummies.
Right.
You know, there's no, like, everybody has their own story. And everything, you know, everything kind of starts to fall into place. You know, I think Riley and I are starting to see signs of that in just our own lives and, like, just with Shallow in general. We really have full confidence that, you know, in the future this is going to be something that's big.
Yeah. We're going to keep working on it.
Just keep doing it because our, you know, want this to get seen by as many people as possible because, you know, both Riley and I, you know, maybe for the last 4 months, you know, we haven't had full 100% focus on Shallow, but lately over the past month, maybe month and a half, we've been busting our ass doing this shit again. We're feeling good about it.
I'm having multiple, like, mini epiphanies right now. It's going to be hard to put into words, but as we're sitting here recording this podcast right now, Like, I keep being reminded. It's hard to put it into words. I feel like when I'm speaking right now, I'm not even speaking for myself when I say this. It's like words are just coming out of me.
Just let them flow.
I'm gonna try to. When we're sitting here recording this podcast, I have had multiple feelings, and I'll hear a voice in my head that'll say, like, it's kind of like observing what's around me right now, and I'll think to myself, like, I'm sitting in the room with Caleb, recording a podcast right now, talking to ourselves, talking into a phone. All of you guys are listening to us right now. And it's like this weird feeling of like coming to terms with in the moment what we're doing right now. And what we're doing right now is we are sitting around talking about what we are passionate about and what we're making. And it's like this weird thing. It's like this voice in my head that's saying, like, you're doing like the right thing. Like, this is like, there's so many other things that we could be doing right now. But we're sitting here, like, doing what we want to do. And it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
I know what you mean.
It's hard to explain, but I don't know if you've had that feeling, but it's like,
I know what you mean.
if you look around you, you're like, we're talking on a podcast right now. Like, we're talking about Shallow. We're talking about, like, you and me are making, like, stuff that we want to make. Like, fuck, like, I don't know what normal teenagers right now are doing, like, probably out, like, fucking, like...
Partying, making TikToks, fucking going to, our age, going to school, they have a job, or they don't have a job, and they sit on the internet all day. But, we're out here doing what we want to do.
It's just
and there's people out there that support what we do.
Yeah. It's like a feeling of just, like, importance.
Importance in some sense. It's like, it's not necessarily an ego thing, but it's more like, it's kind of given, Shallow as a whole is kind of given me the chance to realize more so of a purpose in what I'm doing. Like this right now, like this is it.
Yeah. It's like, long story short, if you want to do something, go do it. Don't listen to, like, other people saying you can't or anything like that. Just go do it.
Just go do it, and then you'll have a moment like we're having right now where, Riley's thinking, we're fucking doing it, man.
Right now, in this moment.
Like, we're fucking doing it. Like, this is,
It's crazy. Like, if you think right now, like, what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
We're recording a podcast. And it's going to be uploaded today. By the way, today is 9/30, 2019. The day this podcast will be released.
Yep.
Like, no, guys, like, just do what you want to do. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. If you want to cook, cook. If you want to shit. If you want to take pictures of your shit and put it on Reddit,
do it.
Fucking do it. I'm not saying you should be mean to people. I'm not saying, you should just be an outright asshole and do whatever the fuck you want and not think about some other people's feelings. Because obviously, there are some boundaries you gotta set for yourself. But whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to put out there that's artistic in any way, shape, or form, fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, do it. Have to.
Because, who knows, maybe, one day you'll be that artist on the stage and you'll be fucking singing with a 19-year-old kid who's just fucking blown away that you're even in the vicinity.
Right.
That could be you one day. But that's never gonna happen if you just don't do it. You gotta work. You gotta work for this shit. Sometimes you may have to put yourself down in the dumps. You may have to quit out and lose out on a bunch of fucking shit. But in the end, does it matter? No. Because in the end, you're exactly where you want to be. Because you got yourself there.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. Success isn't about money. Success isn't about fame.
I think that success is registered in whether or not you feel comfortable where you are in every aspect of your life. If you feel some sort of comfort in every aspect of your life, I think that's success.
Yeah.
If you're truly comfortable, even like, success, success can be measured in many ways, but if you feel great about what you're doing and you love what you're doing and you can support you doing what you love to do, then I consider that success. If you're happy, you're successful.
Just
that was like
we just inspire, dude. We're just that was
we're just
trail. Saying some inspirational shit right now.
Yeah, just kind of spinning out the asshole. We gotta get funnier. Like, look at your fucking hat, alien hat. What, Area 51? What was that, like 10 days ago?
Like, nothing came out of it.
Like, that's fucking relevant.
No.
I mean, the hat, like, it's just relevant because, yeah.
I like aliens, so.
Yeah, no, nothing happened at that shit. Do we even talk about that?
No.
No, nothing really happened. I think, I heard someone say, like, I don't remember who it was, but, I heard someone say, like, oh yeah, it's just gonna become the new Burning Man where everyone goes to Area 51 and parties for, like, 3 days. And honestly, after what happened, yeah, I can see that. It was just a bunch of fucking people tailgating in the middle of the Nevada desert.
Yeah.
Just fucking...
Area 51, man.
It was funny, though, when the news came out, and there was that one clip of the guy doing the Naruto run in the background.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Rocka Rocka was there, too.
Of course.
They were there with Riley Reid.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I think one guy got
get around places.
Riley Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can just get around. You know what I mean?
She knows her way around.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one moment she's with David Dobrik, another moment she's with Raka Raka, another moment
she's getting a dick up her ass for a porn video.
Yeah. I've got respect for her though. She does her own thing and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we just talked about.
She wants to be a porn star. Be a porn star.
Porn star.
Look at her. She's a top porn star in Pornhub.
One of them, or is she the top?
She's number one.
She's number one.
I'm almost positive. Yeah, she's number one. I would bet money.
I would look it up, but I don't want to be distracted. Ooh, you know what we should talk about on the podcast? What we should talk about? It's a really good thing to say.
Porn.
Yeah. No, we should talk about... Let's talk about, like, video games. But I'm going to talk about, for me personally, how video games... How my, like, love for video games is just diminished. Like, when I was younger, I was in, like, PC gaming, console gaming. Like, I had every Nintendo system almost. I have every Xbox. Had every Xbox. I don't have the original one anymore. But, no, like, I had a passion for gaming. Genuine passion. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of games anymore. That's a whole other story that I'm not going to tell on the podcast. But, honestly, throughout my whole life, like, I held on to video games as if, like, I made sure that when I was planning out my financial, like, budget, that I had enough money for an upcoming video game that was coming out. There's nothing wrong with playing games or anything like that. I think it's, like, stupid to think, not stupid, but nowadays, people shouldn't be ashamed that they play video games. Like, that's just a fucking normal thing now. Yeah. But, shifting focus definitely, like, diminished my passion for gaming because I would rather be outside doing something, whether it be, taking a walk, filming something, being outside,
right, than
sitting down on my ass, because I feel like I'm wasting my time. I mean, like, I'm just getting to the point where, I did that for a good majority of, like, the past 3 to 4 years of my life. Like, I played Destiny a lot. Like, I had a lot of hours in that game. I'd say over 900 in Destiny 1. Destiny 2, I probably have 200. But, I would sit in that chair or another, no, it was that chair, for 8 hours a fucking day. And I would just sit and play that PS4 all day. But now, like, I don't know if it's because games are changing, but I can't sit down and play a video game.
Me neither.
I can't. Like, it's different if it's Nintendo for me, because Nintendo games, like, especially when it comes to a game like Super Mario Odyssey or like Breath of the Wild that came out for the Switch, like when that came out, like those are just one-run games for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it comes to a lot of video games, you know, I'd say I'm definitely more casual when I do play them, but it's hard for me to like just sit on my ass.
I usually don't have time to invest my time into playing a game all the time. Like, I don't have the time to invest in gaming anymore.
Mm-mm.
That's me. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, like, as long as I've got, like, this is, like, literally such a stereotypical white kid thing to say, but as long as I've got my PS4, Madden, and Call of Duty, I'm good.
Yeah.
Honestly. Maybe, like, Halo on an Xbox, but, I mean, I don't even know what's happening with Halo nowadays.
Me neither, but I don't know. I used to game a lot as a kid, and then now it's just life becomes more complicated compared to back then, where you could just go to school, come home, make a fucking PBJ, and hop on Minecraft with your friends.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore when you get older. It's about it's becoming this thing where it's like it's just adulting. You gotta there's more responsibilities that you have to do, there's more time.
There's more to the world than PlayStation Network and Xbox Live.
Yeah. It's more time that you have to put into other things, and some people still find the time to, you know, I could use my time, my free time, to put toward gaming, but that's not the passion that I want to do. That's not a passion of mine. I want to fucking put my time into creating shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put my time into playing a game. That's just me.
No, I'm on the same boat, because, like, unless I'm hanging out with friends and they're like, "Yo, bro, you want to play some Smash?" I'm like, "Sure,
and
of course."
Yeah.
Like, no fucking problem. Social setting gaming.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think it's kind of, like, I'm glad the Switch came out, because it kind of put a new emphasis on, like, local multiplayer gaming. But that's, like, the one thing I really missed, like, from the DS. Like, my favorite thing when I was younger was to go out and play DS with my friends, because we could all connect together locally.
Right.
Like, you know, I think gaming now, like, I noticed that Smash Bros. Kind of changed a lot of, like, when the new Smash Bros. Came out, Smash Ultimate, I think that kind of, like, changed gaming, honestly. Because I don't know if you noticed, but there are a lot of fucking people that still casually play that game. There are a lot more, like, casual gamers, so to say, that play Smash Bros. Now.
Right.
Like, you know, I know of, you know, pretty much, like, every party advertisement that I've seen says, like, Smash Bros. And, like, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Because of the Switch.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have a Switch, I have an Xbox, I have a PS4. Like I said, I used to be a gamer.
Yeah.
But now, you know, I don't even have my Switch hooked up. I have my PS4 with dust on it. My Xbox doesn't even have a controller. Because I just don't... I'd rather use my free time and, like, watch a show and study a show so I can improve on what is written in shallow.
Yeah, same. That's actually a problem of mine, is sometimes when I watch a movie or a TV show, I won't be able to... I can flip it on and off in my head, like, getting invested in the show, and then I have a problem of, like, I'll watch a show and I'll think, like, oh, that's how they made that one shot, or this is how they did this, and, like, this is how they acted in this one scene, instead of thinking, like, haha, this character's funny. Like, watching it from, like, a simple point of view of how it is intended to be watched, like, you know, investing in the show and, like, laughing at it, if that makes sense. Like, I'll think about, like, from a director's point of view. And sometimes I have to, like, flip it on and off and, like, remind myself, like, okay, I'll be watching comedy and, like, not find it funny, because I'm not even looking at the jokes at face. Like, I'm looking at it, like, oh, that was clever. Like, they did this joke, and then the punchline is delivered this way, and it's like... I'll
laugh at that, but I'll think that at the same time.
That's how you know that, like, if you're thinking about that, it's like, you have a different... It's just a different mind. It's a different... If you're thinking about that from a director's point of view, it's like, it shows that you... That's what you want to do. Like it shows that you want to like, learn how people do that behind the scenes and like put it into your own work. So we do a lot. I know I do that a lot. I fucking do that a lot.
There's a lot of just a lot of references to even in Shao, a lot of references to movies, a lot of references to TV shows, pop culture, and stuff like that. And I think I think in season 2,
Season 2?
Yeah.
What about it? Nothing. That's what's about it. Nothing, because we're not going to say anything about season 2.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
I mean, season 2. You guys will really like it. Well, I'm going to say that. You guys will really like it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about the writing shit afterwards.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah. Season 2 is... We're excited for that. Season 2, you'll find out when that's happening after season 1 finale drops.
Yep.
You'll find out more info on season 2, when that will be starting. As of right now, all you guys have to worry about is the Shallow season 1 finale drop. Fucking... We're going to be hyping it up. Please help us hype this up. Please help us spread it. Please help us just, push this out to your friends and, like, get this shit around on Twitter, Storyfire, socials. We want this shit to be the biggest fucking drop ever in Storyfire history, not including McJuggernuggets or My Virtual Escape, any of that aside. We all know that is, like, obviously a huge thing, but, like, Shallow, we want this to be the fucking... drop of the fucking fall.
This is the fucking Y2K of Storyfire, and we want to make it that.
We want to hype this up as much as fucking possible. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
This is an unofficial movie, basically, the finale.
Essentially, yeah.
It's long, it's packed full of stuff we've never tried before.
A lot of stuff we've never tried before. But
it'll be good.
We're very, very, very confident in this episode.
Yep.
This is a good one. You guys are really gonna enjoy it. But make sure to check out, all the socials, all that stuff.
Yep, it'll be all in the description.
Stuff here.
We're gonna put this on Spotify along with episode 2. It still has to be put on Spotify. Mm-hmm. We've just lately we've been worrying about just getting this on YouTube first. Mm-hmm. That's where the main place we're even advertising it for is the Shallow YouTube channel. Check out the In-Depth podcast. We will upload this and episode 2 on Spotify as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. This will be up on YouTube tonight. All the links for our socials down in the description below. Go check us out on Storyfire. Trying to get to 300 subscribers as soon as possible.
300.
Road to 300. If you haven't subscribed to Riley Marillia page on Storyfire, where you can find Shallow, subscribe to it. Please help us get to 300 and stay tuned for more updates. Obviously, we're going to be pumping out content, like we said, starting tonight.
Tonight, as in 9:30, 2019.
Yep. And
this is it's kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas, but for Shallow, except it's not even Christmas time.
Yeah.
So expect a bunch of shit.
Yep. And if there's one thing you took out of this podcast, it's to make your own shit that you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. Be yourself. Don't be what others want you to be. If you don't want to go to college, don't fucking go to college. If you want to go to college and you don't think you'll have the money, there is a fucking way that you can go to college if you want to go to college. If you want to fucking move out and you don't know what your parents are going to say, who the fuck cares? Move out. Do whatever you want. Also, there is boundaries. Yeah, don't fucking break the law. Yes, you can do crack. We do crack
and
every
cocaine.
Morning. We do
like
cocaine.
I said, 6:13 a.m. every morning. I actually have 5 alarms set at that time.
But also, don't do crack. But you can do crack.
You can
but
do
don't
crack,
do it.
But don't do it.
That would be dumb. You would be stupid if you did that. You would be a crackhead.
You would be a crackhead. And I know that's like a trending thing. They're like, oh, I'm a crackhead.
But
watch out for me.
Do not be a crackhead.
Don't be a crackhead. I mean, you can.
You can. If you want to be a crackhead, be a crackhead. But don't. I'm highly suggesting that you don't. Alright, guys. We are going to go smash some shit and burn some shit and just cause some chaos in the city. Probably spray paint a few cars.
I'm
bust
actually
a few windows.
gonna piss on the mayor, so...
You're gonna piss on the mayor?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna...
I've met him like 5 times. He'll recognize me. He'll be perfectly okay with it.
I was gonna make a joke about, like, the president, but you cannot say anything about that because men in black suits will show up at my door and there will be some issues. So I'm not going to say anything about that. You said something about the mayor, and I was going to make a joke about the president. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But we will cause some chaos. That's what we're doing tonight. So thank you guys for listening.
So we're doing your mom.
We're gonna do your mom too.
Yep.
That was a good your mom joke at the end of it. Finishing it off with the mom joke. Speaking of finishing it off, I'm gonna finish on your mom's face tonight.
Cool.
So
Cool.
I hope that was good. I hope you got a kick out of that one.
Cool.
And we'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. Fuck you, but not fuck you. Like don't actually. Alright, it's okay. Dude, that was good. That was a good podcast.
Yeah, that was really good.
I think we actually
I think that was one of the best ones we've done. It wasn't too jokey, but it was solid.
It was like, yeah.
Like you literally had like a couple epiphanies like in the middle of the
I did.
podcast. Yeah, I mean you didn't even write anything down. That was pretty solid.
I don't know.
That was
Here,
like,
I have like.
dude, that was like flank.